welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. And in today's pick a card reading, we're tuning into a message straight from your person's higher self, the part of them that sees beyond confusion, fear or ego and just knows the truth. So you might be in separation, unsure where you stand, or simply feeling that deep soul pull. And this is their love letter to you, the message their spirit wants you to hear. I have the 3 decks laid out here as usual, and for each pile I've chosen the star card. And this is because the star represents the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. It's the energy of divine guidance, cosmic connection and the higher self. It's that light in the dark that reminds us we're never really disconnected. So group number 1, this deck is the Guardian of the Night tarot deck, and this is the star card from there. Group number 2, we have Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic tarot deck. And group number 3, we have the Muse tarot deck. So take a deep breath, ground your energy and choose the pile that you feel most drawn to, and this is your reading. Your intuition knows where the messages that you need to hear are. Once you've decided, you can find the link to your reading in the description box below. But let's dive in. Love and light. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose the beautiful Guardian of the Night tarot deck. This beautiful star card here, bright shining star, and this strong stag energy here coming through. I've shuffled and pulled your cards already so we can get straight to the messages, which we'll do right now with placement number 1, which is called Written in the Stars. And it represents what your person's higher self wants to tell you but can't in the 3D for whatever reason, the unspoken emotions, soul level feelings and hidden truths. So let's see what this brings through. We have the 3 of Cups, and Cups is all about love, romantic feelings, emotions. It's ruled by the element of water. So they have this for you, okay? You bring this out in them, and there are deep feelings that connect between you both. But what I also see with the 3 of Cups, it can be about being pulled in different directions. So this can be someone who maybe isn't ready to settle down. There could be, for some of you, with it being a 3, that there can be other people in the picture, so a third party situation. I feel like you'll be aware of this, okay, already, that this isn't news to you. They may even be someone who likes to party, and that is a distraction as well, so socializing. It feels like their energy is being pulled in different directions here, okay? We see these people, these raccoons, I think they are, kind of living it up, having a good time, okay? Drinking might even be an issue for some people out there as well, and that they aren't, their energy feels to be spread too thin and distracted. It's almost like they haven't got, be it because of another person or other options. I don't see them feeling particularly deeply about anyone else, but it's more just that they are distracted and not someone who is in a place to get serious about a relationship, really, a committed relationship, okay? I'm going to ask Spirit to tell me a little bit more about this because I'm intrigued. And you may get this vibe and energy and know that from them, okay? they may come in and out of your life. They may be very present and you have this strong connection, and then they move back out. That in-out kind of energy, yeah? Spirit, tell me more about so the Four of Swords is about resting and taking time out. So if we think this is a message from their higher self, okay, they know that they're spreading themselves too thin. They know that they're not grappling with the real issues, and they know that they're distracting themselves, okay? And the Four of Swords is really kind of like a time out energy, okay? About stopping, about almost going underground as well. So not socializing, you know, retreating, getting your head straight. I think this is what they kind of know, that they need to do this. If they're able to do this or not, time will tell. So this is a message, if we remember the placement, from their higher self, what maybe they can't level with you about. Maybe they're pretending that they're not doing this, but they know that it's not a great place to be. They know that they need to stop doing this. They know that they need to calm down, for want of a better word, you know, get their head straight, take some time out, go into hibernation in a way to kind of really find out what it is that they want. But the pull of this distraction, of this keeping busy, socializing, party too much, this third party energy for some of you, at the moment, this is what's causing the confusion and obviously impacting this connection with you. Let's move on to the second placement group, number 1, which is titled Lost in Translation. So what's blocking this connection? I mean, we have touched on that, but we can dig in deeper to this. So this is misunderstandings, karmic lessons, or why they haven't come forward if you're in no contact. For some of you, the Hanged Man, a Major Arcana, stuck, okay? Stuck here. They know what they need to do, but they're not able to make this change. The Hanged Man is about needing to have a shift in perspective, okay? So they need to have that shift in perspective and reach that place about, in order to get what they want, there's going to have to be a change. And the Hanged Man is really when someone is at an impasse. It's also worth noting that the Hanged Man is not a comfortable position for them. So it might appear like they are having a great time to you and maybe, you know, living it up, doing what the hell that they want. There is some aspect to that, but ultimately, if we dig a little bit deeper, which is what this reading is all about, with the Hanged Man, it is an uncomfortable position because it always features someone who is upside down, okay, and that is they're tied up here as well. They are held. So it's like through their own doing or through their own issues, but they're not having a good. Maybe it was fun at one point. They're not having fun anymore, I believe. So they need to work this out. They need to go within. The change needs to come from within. It's not just about 3D action. When we see the Hanged Man, the journey is more an internal journey and a change in perspective. Last placement group, number 1, which is titled Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and this is their next move. So are they going to step up, make the changes that we've seen that they need to? Will they stay silent or waiting for a cosmic push? What's happening next? Okay, we do see a positive change here with this 10 of Cups. This card is about emotional fulfillment, okay? So I believe that they will, with this message, that in the future they will make steps towards moving towards emotional fulfillment. And that's almost like the penny that needs to drop for them, okay? This is the shift in perspective on this. This is superficial energy, okay? This, it may look fun from the outside, and it may look fun to them from the outside, but they are getting to that realization and that point where this is dissatisfying. Whatever situation they find themselves in, they feel ultimately are left emotionally unfulfilled, and that's the price that they are paying, and that's the price that they are realizing now. So in order to experience this 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, a real connection, you know, a true union, true love, really, is that this needs to be left behind. So this messing around, this playing around, these distractions, whatever form that comes in, that distraction, that needs to be left in the past. And they need to make some real internal changes and commit to this path of which actually we see here, look, the star. So the star card, which is what this reading is all about. The wish, the dream that they have too about having this kind of relationship, this kind of connection that they've obviously have felt with you on a deeper level. They understand that this is the way forward, and this is where emotional fulfillment lies. It's a bit like you can't have it all, yeah, as well, coming to that realization, maturing, all of that good stuff, okay? So group number 1, that was your reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give me a thumbs up, leave any comments down below, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. But wishing you all the best with you and your person in this connection. Love and light. Hey group number 2, welcome to your reading. So you chose Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic deck. This really kind of modern, intriguing deck, these images that they have, which is wonderful. But I've shuffled and pulled your cards already, so we can get straight to the messages, which we'll do now with placement number 1, which is titled Written in the Stars. And this is all about what your person's higher self wants to tell you but can't in the 3D for whatever reason. So this is unspoken emotions, soul level feelings, and hidden truths. Let's dive in. We have the Apprentice of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy, okay? And what first comes through messages and what comes to mind is that I feel like your person wants you to know that they're working on themselves. The progress that they're making is real and is genuine. It may be slower than what you want, maybe than what they want. It's almost like that they feel like maybe the progress is too slow and that they're kind of conscious of that, or they feel it's too slow. But this is really Pentacles energy, okay? It's very genuine. It's like laying the foundations of a building, in a way, of a house. It has to be done properly, and we can't rush that, okay? It takes work as well. It takes effort. And with it being an apprentice placement, okay, this is all about learning. So they are going through a period of growth. So if you've had issues, if you've had distance, if they've kind of messed up or had an immaturity, you know, they are going through some kind of personal growth here. We've got this flower that is in the process of growing, of blossoming, of changing. So there is some positive change happening here. They want you to know. There's also this kind of almost apologetic energy, this almost embarrassed about, like, I wish I was further ahead. than where I am now. Like, they have become aware of their shortcomings, I feel like. That's interesting. Let's move on to the second placement, okay, which is called Lost in Translation. And this is what's blocking this connection, okay? So misunderstandings, karmic lessons, why haven't they come forward if you're in no contact? That kind of energy, okay? Because we see this is what their higher self wants to tell you, this actually positive change. So what's blocking this from them maybe letting you know or finding positive change in this connection? We have the Ten of Swords. This is a card that is full of pain, okay? Ten of Swords is about losses, betrayals, disappointments. So for some of you, this connection could have got messy, okay? Could have caused you a lot of pain, maybe caused them a lot of pain. Maybe they know that they caused you this kind of pain. Now with the Ten of Swords, it does mark the ending of this cycle nonetheless. This is the silver lining of this card. We see this poor, it's very sad kind of card. This really, this deer, this kind of looks like a baby deer that has 10 swords in it. And it comes with the message, Ten of Swords, that the worst is over. So there is some change in this connection, okay, that if you've had this difficulty and pain, we have kind of reached the end of that cycle. There is some closure in process, okay. I want to pull another card because I'm nosy and I want to dig a little bit deeper. So maybe they're embarrassed to come forward, that they know that they've caused you pain, and this is, you know, like how they feel some guilt on some level, because they now it's like they get how they messed up, they get what mistakes that they've probably really hurt you, okay? They understand this now. They're working on themselves. They feel like they should be further ahead, and they're feeling regretful about how they behaved and what they did. Whoa, cards flying out, which is always great. Justice, Major Arcana. It's time for wrongs to be righted. They get this, okay? And what I feel like is happening here is that they know that the only way that they can come forward to you is with something very real and genuine. And maybe they feel like they need more than what they have right now. They feel like they need to kind of, you know, instead of an apprentice of pentacles, they need to be a king of pentacles, for example. Like, they're not there yet because they messed up so badly somewhere along the line. Justice is wrongs being righted, you receiving justice. It's a major arcana. It's like the scales of justice need to be balanced once again, all of that. So I feel like they know that they can't come forward with, you know, nothing in a way. They need to come forward with something substantial. They need to almost have some kind of evidence or proof of, I've changed, you know, things can be different this time, all that kind of energy. And at the minute, they don't feel like they can come forward as they are. Or even if you are in communication, they still feel that, okay, that they have a lot of making up to do to kind of reach this point of justice. Let's see what the future is, though. This is the final placement, titled Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and this is what's their next move. So are they stepping up, staying silent, waiting for more of a cosmic push? Let's see. Three of Cups, and much lighter energy. Look at all this kind of what looks to be a beautiful harvest, doesn't it, actually? So I feel like there will be a reconnection, okay? And initially it feels like, because it's a Three of Cups and this is a lighter energy, okay, that it's it's like testing the waters, okay? It's almost like getting to know each other again, a fresh start, like just having sort of getting to know you conversations, socializing, like just meeting for a day in a way, you know, just a conversation, a chat, a phone conversation, you know, like easing in instead of, you know, it's like, how are we going to move forward? It's almost like we need to get to know each other again. I'm going to pull one more card. But that has a lovely energy to it. And what comes through as well with it being a 3, because threes are often about working together with a common goal as well. So a collaboration of kinds. So getting on, obviously this is like over to you as well, your part in it, in the sense of if you feel like you want to reconnect with this person after this difficult times, does your heart feel open enough to be able to do that, you know, to try again, to get to know each other again, almost, you know, from the beginning. Because if you have that, that's the common goal that has to be in mind, okay? Oh, there we go, jumping out. Death card and the opportunity. The death card is for a big transformation here. Just reiterating, doubling down that with the death card, that we need to do something different, okay? The old ways need to die, and this connection needs to be completely reinvented. So we can't just pick up from where we left off, okay? We need to start again, with fresh intentions. What didn't work in the past, what led to this 10 of Swords moment, this painful kind of betrayal, needs to be left in the past, okay? As long as we've healed and we've had the difficult conversations, but then we need to move on. But there is a possibility for this connection to be completely transformed. So this card is very hopeful. We need to get to know each other again, and we need to start completely anew. But this person is working on themselves, okay? They understand the damage, I think, that they've done. So group number 2, that was your reading. I hope it resonated. Please give me a thumbs up if it did. Leave any comments down below. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. But wishing you all the best with you and your person. Love and light. Hey group number 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose the beautiful star card from the Muse Tarot deck. Full of hope, of holding this vision, of something that means a lot to us, our wish. You know, that's what the star card's all about, is a wish come true. I've shuffled and pulled your cards, so we can get straight to the messages, which we'll do now with placement number 1. And this placement is called Written in the Stars. And this is what your person's higher self wants to tell you, but can't in the 3D. So unspoken emotions, soul level feelings, and hidden truths. And we have the 4 of Voices. They're thinking of you. Okay, so for some of you, you may be in no contact. Some of you may be... the connection could be in a good place, but still this is what their higher self wants to tell you, is that in these, you know, they daydream during the day and you're on their mind a lot. We see these rose petals here that are obviously represent romance, feelings of love, that kind of dreamy, you know, when you almost like you can't stop thinking about someone kind of energy. And it's in their downtime, okay, because we see this person who's like relaxing in a bath, and it's like, so they're going about their day, but it's like, you know, those moments when you stop, their thoughts seem to go straight to you. So however that plays into your situation at the moment, okay, even if this connection is, like I say, no contact, broken down, they find themselves drifting off and thinking about you. Maybe time's gone by in the past, thinking about if they were to sort of bump into you, that kind of energy, yeah? Let's move on to the second placement, which is titled Lost in Translation. So this is what's blocking this connection. So misunderstanding, karmic lessons. Why haven't they come forward if you're in no contact, for those that are experiencing that? Five of Inspiration, some kind of conflict here. Five of Inspiration, internal or external. Some of you may have had an argument even, or this can often speak about, I'll pull another card to clarify further why we have this inner conflict, but we see all these kind of reflective mirrors here, which is talks about someone who isn't able to find a place to stand for some reason, and this is what's stopping them from moving forward, from reaching out to you. Some of you may know if there's something going on in their life else which is causing issues and separations between you. And they feel this, okay, anyway, with this Five of Inspiration, they feel this push-pull. So it's almost like one moment they think, yes, like, I'm going to reach out, I'm going to go in this direction with you. And then it's like this other mirror, you know, kind of comes in and reflects something else and kind of stops them from moving forward and kind of goes, no, do this instead, go in this direction. So they have this very sort of flip-flop energy. I'm going to dig into this a little bit deeper. Spirit, please tell us more about this block. So some of you, it's like this can be a misunderstanding, yeah. So you might have had an argument and that they kind of want to reach out to you, and then they kind of feel anger or annoyance about, you know, what was said or something, and that's stopping them. That's for some of you. But yeah, why this kind of flip-flop energy, Spirit? We know they're thinking of you. Their thoughts are with you. But then they've got this conflict. Six of Voices. Interesting. They feel this connection it's strong, okay, with you here. It's still very much connection here. Six of Voices is about, so you can see this card clearly there. Okay, we see obviously we've got two people in the picture. Interestingly, I'm just drawn to as well how, you know, there's this person, there's a smaller person there, and then there's kind of this same dynamic between the same image here. And then with the Six of Voices, it's a transition, okay, of going from a turbulent time to a calmer time, to an improvement, okay. We move from the 5 to the 6, so I do see that there will be a positive change here. They will move out of this flip-flop energy. But there needs to be a mindset shift, okay, because the Six of Voices is about leaving behind some kind of idea or thought about this situation which is holding them back at the minute. So that's what's causing this flip-flop, is some kind of outlook about this connection, opinion about you. Kind of, I almost feel like not seeing things clearly, getting the wrong idea about the situation, and that needs to be ironed out. And there will be a change, a mindset shift, okay? I almost feel like they're isolating themselves as well, cutting off their nose to spite their face. That kind of energy, okay? And with the Six of Voices, they've almost feel like they've tried to go it alone, but then they come to the realization that they don't want to do that. They don't, that's not the best way forward. The connection with you is strong, okay? But I do have this sense of that they've tried to dismiss this connection, and then they come to the realization that they can't, probably because maybe they can't stop thinking about you. That's a big part of it. And maybe they come to the realization that, you know, if you've had a disagreement or an argument or whatever caused the distance between you, their outlook on that changes, okay? And they do get more focused in wanting to move forward with you, with this connection. They feel that they understand this connection is strong and not something that they can just walk away from. So that's good to see that, because this feels like a waste of time, okay? This is almost like sulking energy, taking a huff, not really seeing things clearly. The Six of Voices, we get this transition where we begin to see things clearly as they really are. We get things straight in our head. We decide we're not going to go it alone anymore. And we can move into calmer waters. But let's see what the future position, which is this third placement called signed, sealed, delivered. What's their next move? Are they stepping up, staying silent? We do see this transition happening. Let's dig into that deeper, okay? Seven of Emotions, which is about choices, which is about options, okay? Emotions is, what I would say is that they move into their feelings more, which is good, because so far we've had Voices, which is swords in the, say, Rider-Waite traditional deck. We've got Inspiration, which is wands, which, you know, is more emotional fire element. But emotions is when things they get more in touch with their feelings. There is still some confusion here though with this Seven Emotions, because it's like making a decision, making a choice. Why the confusion, Spirit? Because we've seen that they've got clear here. They don't want to go it alone. They understand the connection with you. Why the confusion, Spirit? Nine of Voices, worries, fears. Maybe that's what's something that's been holding them back for some time now, okay? Right from the beginning. Maybe this resonates for you, group number 3, with this Nine of Voices. This is about worries, fears. And with this message, the Nine of Voices, is that it's like these fears are unfounded, okay? So again, they are unwarranted. But this is what, again, this Seven of Emotions, them getting into this confusing energy, not being able to make a decision, not being able to fully commit, fully move forward yet. I'm going to ask for a final message. This person does have some back and forth energy here for sure, group number 3, okay? It's almost like they get clear about how you may experience this firsthand as well. They get clear, they kind of want to be with you, they move forward, and then we take 2 steps back, okay? They get clear, they feel confused, they have internal conflicts, they get clear, they get confused. Final messages, Spirit. Yeah, the Six of Emotions, but they feel this connection with you. Six of Emotions is about that kind of very almost like nostalgic feeling, okay, about how when things were good, that it's like they keep going back to that as well. Six of Emotions is about happy times, strong connections. They very much are someone who is really good at getting in their own way. Group number 3, okay, you probably know this about them. The feelings are there for you, okay? The Six of Emotions is about, it can be about past life connection. This connection could have been, you could have a lot of history here, or it can just be a deep connection. Often be when you're with someone who you sort of almost have an inner child connection with this person as well. You can be yourself, your childlike self. It takes you back to a time of, yeah, almost just like childlike innocence in a way of how you can be together, if that resonates. So they feel that, but this person is very good at getting in their own way for a variety of reasons of what it could be. But it's that flip-flop energy that we saw at the beginning. We do see it continuing. Different reasons of what are blocking it. They seem to be good at isolating themselves. Worries, fears being a part of this. Whatever they are worried and fearful of, I'm not quite sure. Maybe of commitment, maybe of getting hurt. So how you want to deal with that is over to you. It's free will. Protect yourself as much as possible. Things can always change as well, but at the minute they are still in that in and out energy, in and out. There are deep feelings and emotions there for you, for sure, but they're really good at getting in their own way, group number 3. So I'll leave that with you. I wish you all the best though with this connection. If this reading resonated, please do give me a thumbs up, leave any comments down below, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. But wishing you all the best. Love and light.